The order of the reaction is A0, B1, C2, D3. The correct answer is 0. Arhenious equation shows the variation of with temperature. A. Reaction rate. B. Rate constant. C. Energy of activation. D. Frequency factor. The correct answer is rate constant. When a catalyst increases the rate of chemical reaction, the rate constant A decreases, B increases, C remains constant, D becomes infinite. The correct answer is increases. In which of the following reactions the equilibrium will shift to the right if the total pressure is increased? A. H2 close to 2H close. B. N2O2 to no. C. N2O4 to number 2. D. H2I2 to high. The correct answer is N2O2 to no. The catalyst in a first-order chemical reaction changes the A. Equilibrium constant. B. Activation energy. C. Heat of formation of the product. D. Heat of reaction. The correct answer is activation energy. All is hydrogenated using nickel catalyst in a reactor. A. Batch. B. Slurry. C. Fluidized bed. D. Fixed bed. The correct answer is slurry. The performance equations for constant density systems are identical for A. P.F.R. and backmix reactor. B. P.F.R. and batch reactor. C. P.F.R. batch reactor and backmix reactor. D. Batch reactor and backmix reactor. The correct answer is P.F.R. and batch reactor. Reaction rate of a first-order reaction which is half completed in 23 minutes will be A. 0.03 sec 1. B. 0.03 min 1. C. 0.03 hr 1. D. 0.05 min 1. The correct answer is 0.03 min 1. Which of the following is the optimum operating condition for an exothermic reversible reaction taking place in a plug flow reactor? A. Temperature should be high in the beginning and decreased towards the end of the reaction. B. Very low temperature should be used throughout the reaction. C. Very high temperature should be used throughout the reaction. D. None of these. The correct answer is temperature should be high in the beginning and decreased towards the end of the reaction. The half-life period T of a zero-order reaction is equal to A. Ca02 K. B. Ca0 K. C. 0.693 K. D. 1 K. The correct answer is Ca02 K. The point selectivity of the product Y in the reaction is equal to A. K1 K2. B. K2 K1. C. K1 K2. D. K2 K1. The correct answer is K1 K2. In case of calcination of limestone CaCO3 CaO the addition of more of CaO will result in the concentration of CO2. A. No change. B. Increase. C. Decrease. D. Unpredictable from the data. The correct answer is no change. The rate of a homogeneous reaction is a function of A. Temperature and pressure only. B. Temperature and composition only. C. Pressure and composition only. D. All temperature, pressure and composition. The correct answer is all temperature, pressure and composition. In the fluid catalytic cracker FCC, the cracking reaction is A and the regeneration is B. A. Exothermic, B. Endothermic. B. Exothermic, B. Exothermic. C. Endothermic, B. Endothermic. D. Endothermic, B. Exothermic. The correct answer is A. Endothermic, B. Exothermic. Pick out the correct statement. A catalyst does not change A of the reaction. B. A catalyst changes the equilibrium point. C. Law of mass action was suggested by Le Chatelier. D. The difference between the energy of reactants and that of the products is the activation energy. The correct answer is a catalyst does not change A of the reaction. Promoter is added to the catalyst to improve its A. Porosity, B. Sensitivity, C. Surface area, D. None of these. The correct answer is sensitivity. An irreversible first-order reaction is being carried out in a CSTR and PFR of same volume. The liquid flow rates are same. The relative conversion will A. Be more in CSTR than in PFR, B. Be more in PFR than in CSTR, C. Be same in both cases, D. Depend on the temperature. The correct answer is Be more in PFR than in CSTR. When a high liquid hold-up is required in a reactor for gas-liquid reaction, use column. A. Packed, B. Spray, C. Tray, D. Bubble. The correct answer is bubble. In an exothermic reaction, the energy of the reacting substances as compared to that of products is A. More, B. Less, C. Same, D. Either A or B. Depends on order of reaction. The correct answer is more. For a tubular flow reactor with uniform concentration and temperature, the independent variable is A. Time, B. Length, C. Diameter, D. None of these. The correct answer is length. Pick out the wrong statement. A. For a first-order consecutive reaction, a tubular flow reactor as compared to a stirred tank reactor provides higher overall selectivity. B. For an ideal mixed reactor at steady state, the exit stream has the same composition as fluid within the reactor, and the space-time is equivalent to holding time for constant density system. C. Plug flow reactor P.F.R. is always smaller than mixed reactor for all positive reaction orders for a particular duty. D. Reaction rate does not decrease appreciably as the reaction proceeds in case of an autocatalytic reaction. The correct answer is for a first-order consecutive reaction, a tubular flow reactor as compared to a stirred tank reactor provides higher overall selectivity. The extent of a reaction is A. Different for reactants and products, B. Dimensionless, C. Depends on the stoichiometric coefficient, D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. Higher free energy of activation of a chemical reaction at a given temperature implies A. Slower rate of reaction, B. Higher rate of reaction, C. Higher equilibrium conversion, D. Both B and C. The correct answer is slower rate of reaction. Calcination reaction of limestone CaCO3 CaO2 goes to completion in the rotary kiln because A. CaO is not dissociated, B. CO2 escapes continuously, C. Of high calcination temperature, D. CaO is more stable than CaCO3. The correct answer is CO2 escapes continuously. The reactions with low activation energy are A. Always spontaneous, B. Slow, C. Fast, D. Non-spontaneous. The correct answer is fast. Molecularity of an elementary reaction P.Q R S is A1, B2, C3, D4. The correct answer is 4. Which of the following is not endothermic in nature? A. Combustion of sulfur, B. Gasification of carbon, C. Thermal cracking of fuel oil, D. Steam reforming of naphtha. The correct answer is combustion of sulfur. The rate of an autocatalytic reaction is given by RAK, CB. In this case, the A plot of RA versus CA is a straight line with slope K. B plot of RA versus CA is a hyperbola. C. Rate of disappearance of reactant A is maximum where C A C B. D. Both B C. The correct answer is both B C. The space-time is equivalent to the holding time in a steady-state mixed reactor for A. Non-isothermal gas reaction, B. Variable fluid density systems, C. Constant fluid density systems, D. Gas reactions with changing no of moles. The correct answer is constant fluid density systems. The dispersion number of perfect mixed flow is A0, B 150, C, D 2100. The correct answer is for the reaction the rate of formation of Z is 0.2 grams mole litre.hr. What is the rate of disappearance of X in gm mole liter? HR. A 0.4, B 0.1, C 0.2, D none of these. The correct answer is 0.4. An irreversible aqueous phase reaction ABP is carried out in an adiabatic mixed flow reactor. A feed containing 4 mol M3 of each A and B enters the reactor at 8 M3 HR. If the temperature of the exit stream is never to exceed 390 K, what is the maximum inlet feed temperature allowed? Data heat of reaction 50 kJ mole density of the reacting mixture 1000 kg M3 specific heat of reacting mixture 2 kJ kg.K. The above data can be assumed to be independent of temperature and composition. A 190, B 290, C 390, D 490. The correct answer is 290. For a heterogeneous catalytic reaction ABC with equimal feed of A and B, the initial rate RA0 is invariant with total pressure. The rate controlling step is A. Surface KC1Ts reaction between absorbed A and B in the gas phase. B. Surface reaction between absorbed A and absorbed B. C. Surface reaction between A in the gas phase and absorbed B. D. Desorption of C. The correct answer is desorption of C. Half-life period of a first-order irreversible reaction AB is AK2, B ln-K2, C ln-2K, D ln-0.5K. The correct answer is ln-2K. Pick out the wrong statement. A. Autocatalytic reactions are exemplified by microbial fermentation reactions. B. The slowest step has the greatest influence on the overall reaction rate in case of an irreversible series reaction. C. The fractional conversion at any time is same for both the constant as well as the variable volume system in case of an irreversible unimolecular type first-order reaction. D. Hydrolysis of ester in presence of alkali or acid is a zero-order reaction. The correct answer is hydrolysis of ester in presence of alkali or acid is a zero-order reaction. Which of the following is not a dimensionless group used in catalysis where D. Dispersion coefficient cm2 sec D1 diffusion coefficient cm2 sec L length of the reactor cmt times sec V volumetric flow rate cm3 sec V volume cm3. A. Reactor dispersion number dVL. B. Reduced time. C. Thiele modulus. D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. Pick out the wrong statement. A. For the same conversion the holding time required in a batch reactor is always equal to the space-time required in a P.F.R. B. Two mixed reactors of unequal size are available for producing a specified product formed by a homogeneous second-order reaction. To achieve maximum production rate, the smaller reactor should be placed in series before the larger reactor. See Arrhenious equation describing the effect of temperature on rate constant is given by Ka.eert. D. The mechanism for the decomposition of CH3 CaO into CH4 and CaO in presence of I2 is CH3 CaO I2 CH3 I high CaO slow CH3 I high CH4 I2 fast. Then the rate of disappearance of CH3 CaO is equal to K. C CH3 I. C high and acts as a catalyst. The correct answer is the mechanism for the decomposition of CH3 CaO into CH4 and CaO in presence of I2 is CH3 CaO I2 CH3 I high CaO slow CH3 I high CH4 I2 fast. Then the rate of disappearance O. The energy of activation of a chemical reaction. A is same as heat of reaction at constant pressure. B is the minimum energy which the molecules must have before the reaction can take place. C varies as fifth power of the temperature. D both B and C. The correct answer is the minimum energy which the molecules must have before the reaction can take place. Chemical kinetics can predict the of a chemical reaction. A rate. B feasibility. C both A B. D neither A nor B. The correct answer is rate. Which of the following fixes the volume of a batch reactor for a particular conversion and production rate? A. Operating conditions e.g. pressure and temperature. B. Rate constant. C. Density of mixture. D. None of these. The correct answer is density of mixture. Volume change for a molecular type first-order reaction increases with time. A. Linearly. B. Exponentially. C. Parabolically. D. Logarithmically. The correct answer is exponentially. Half-life period of decomposition of a liquid A by irreversible first-order reaction is 12 minutes. The time required for 75 conversion of A is minutes. A 18. B 24. C 6. D 12. The correct answer is 24. Decomposition rate of a liquid X which decomposes as per the reaction is given by A K1 Cx, B K1 K2 K3 Cx, C K1 K2 Cx, D K2 K3 Cx. The correct answer is K1 K2 Cx. With increase in the space-time of an irreversible isothermal reaction being carried out in a P.F. reactor, the conversion will A. Increase, B. Decrease, C. Remain same, D. Data in insufficient can't be predicted. The correct answer is increase. A catalyst promoter. A. Improves the activity of a catalyst. B. Acts as a catalyst support. C. Itself has very high activity. D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is improves the activity of a catalyst. In case of a P.F.R. there A may be lateral mixing of fluid. B. Should not be any mixing along the flow path. C. Both A and B. D. Neither A nor B. The correct answer is both A and B. For the non-catalytic reaction of particles with surrounding fluid, the time needed to achieve the same fractional conversion for particles of different but unchanging sizes is proportional to the square of particle diameter when D is the controlling resistance. A. Film diffusion. B. Diffusion through ash layer. C. Chemical reaction. D. Either A, B or C. The correct answer is diffusion through ash layer. If G free energy change for a chemical reaction is very large and negative, then the reaction is A. Not feasible, B. Just feasible, C. Very much feasible, D. Unpredictable, as G is no measure of feasibility of a reaction. The correct answer is very much feasible. In a zero-order reaction, reactants concentration does not change with time, and the A time for half change is half the time taken for completion of the reaction. B time for half change is independent of the initial concentration. C. Time for completion of the reaction is independent of the initial concentration. D. Reaction rate is trebled when the initial concentration is trebled. The correct answer is time for half change is half the time taken for completion of the reaction.